Conditional statements are a form of control flow that we use in C# to control the flow of our program. Looping statements and jumping statements are also what we can use to control the flow, but we're going to focus on conditional for this segment. Conditional statements allow us to execute different blocks of code based on whether a condition is true or that condition is false. The main statements for the conditional statements are going to be if statements, else statements, and else if statements. When we look at the if statement, this is going to allow us to execute a block of code if the condition is true. So let's take a look at a if statement. We're going to assign a variable called age to the integer data type and give it a value of 18. And then we're going to set our if statement. So we're going to say if age is greater than 17, then we'll use a curly brace there. We're going to write console write line ready for college. So this is our if statement here. We're checking to see if age, or if 18 is greater than 17. Of course, you know that that's true. So if we go to debug our code, we should see the output ready for college. As we see, ready for college. Our else statement is going to execute a block of code if the condition is false. So let's take another number and we'll say int number is equal to 5. And then we're going to say if num is greater than 12, console.write line adults pay to eat. Then we'll do another statement here and we'll say or else console write line kids eat free. So let's take a look at our else statement. What we did is we assigned a variable to the data type integer and gave it an initialization of 5. We ran our if statement to see if it was true. So first, let's see if this number is greater than 12. When we see 5 is not greater than 12, that if statement is no longer true. So it goes to the false aspect, which is what the else statement covers, to see if that condition is false. So if we run our debug once more, then we'll see in this else statement, kids do indeed eat free at whatever place of establishment this is. Our else if statement allows us to specify a new condition to test if the previous condition is false. So what we're doing is essentially we're going to take our if and our else ifs, or our else statement, and we're checking to see if there's two true statements here. So we're looking to see, okay, if this is justifiable, or if it's not, let's go to an else if, and then our else if is going to see if that is also justifiable, and then if not, it's going to run a last else statement that is only an else statement. So let's get another example in, and we're going to say integer tire. So we're going to assign a variable named tire to the data type int and give it a value of 20. And we're going to say if tire is greater than 35, we're going to have our console let us know our tire pressure is high. Then we're going to write an else if statement, and that's going to say tire is less than 25, console write line tire pressure is low. Of course, press semicolon, and then we're going to do an else statement to close it all out, and we're going to say if none of those test cases pass up there, or they're all false, or technically true, then our tire pressure is going to be fine. So look at it like a sentence. What we're saying here is I have a tire. My tire pressure is at 20. And what we're going to check is to see, okay, are we above 35 or are we 25? And our sentence is saying here, if the tire is greater than 35, then the tire pressure is too high. If the tire is less than 25, the tire pressure is too low. If none of those are true and the tire pressure is technically in between both of these, then our tire pressure is just fine. So when we go to print our code based off of what we assign to our variable tire, then we should see we definitely need to go get some tire. So we're ready for college. Kids do and they eat free, but before we do either of these things, we need to get some air in our tire.